right, as promised, I'm here with a double vinyl of Tony Bennett's all-time greatest hits. Now, I actually had to, this was still in its original plastic, but I had to open it up because it was the only way I could get to the track listing inside. Oh, and that was important. But that brings me to my first and biggest complaint. I don't know which person that worked for the record company and if this was done with all the record companies, if this was done with just this pressing through Columbia, I don't know. But I'd like to know who was in the special ed classes that thought it was a good idea to put side 1 and side 4 on the same disc and side 2 and 3 on the same disc. I've had this complaint one other time before with the Louis Armstrong Satchmo album, and because they did stupidity with the way that they put the sides with that, and say it was stupidity. Put side 1, side 2, one disc, side 3, side 4, the other disc. Gee, like, it's not hard. You know, especially because, you know, in here, this is how they're listed. Side 1, side 2, side 3, side 4. So I want to put side 1 on, flip it over, go to side 2. Not grab a different disc, switch it. Why all the extra handling? Oh. And the worst part is, I didn't catch it when I put it, because originally what happened is I grabbed the vinyl, put it on, and I went, oh, wait, that's the wrong side. Like, because I grabbed it out of what I thought would have been side 1, grabbed it, threw it on, and I went, oh, that's the wrong side. So I pulled it back out, grabbed the other, and what I got was, side 4, so side 4. And then I went, oh, I'll grab the other disc. So I grabbed the other disc, I put the other disc on, and, I saw, at first when I put it on, I accidentally put on side 2 because Firefly came up, which I'll come back around to. But I'm like, okay, so after Firefly finished, I stopped it, flipped it over, put on what I thought was side 1. And then I couldn't figure out why none of the song titles were syncing up with the songs. Should have been a clue. But going on to complaint number 2, when you don't list the writing credits, it's not easy to realize that certain songs are certain songs. If the writing credits had been listed, I would have known right away that what I thought was side 1, track 1, A Time for Love, should have been Something, which is side 1, track 1. George Harrison of the Beatles, Something. I would have known right away that I had the wrong song on. But because they don't put the writers of the songs, they put the arrangers and the conductors, but not the damn composers. Can't figure that one out. Anyways. So, I think that's all my complaints out of the way right away. Let's get into this. So side 1, track 1, we start off with Something. Great song. George Harrison. If you're one of my regular viewers, you know George Harrison's my favorite Beatle. Love George Harrison's songs. Great song. Next up, Where Do I Begin? Love Story. This wasn't a bad tune. I believe I've covered this one already. When I did the last greatest hits. There will be a few that were on the last greatest hits, and if it seems like I have no clue what I'm talking about, or that I've changed my story a little bit, it's because I've either changed my story a little bit, or, I just absorbed a lot of Tony Bennett, so you'll have to bear with me. That's, this is as close as you get into a proper apology for screwing any of this up compared to my last Tony Bennett album review. All right. Maybe This Time. It was all right. Okay. Just in Time was so. And For Once in My Life was actually, I didn't mind For Once in My Life. That one wasn't too bad. Okay, side two. The only song on here I've listened to purposely twice. And I've already explained. Firefly. I actually really dug this song. I should point out that the years on these songs are all over the place. Maybe This Time it was recorded in 1972, even though it was from Cabaret. And the other side of that would be Just in Time was recorded in 1956. Just a little perspective on it, right? Okay, so yeah, Firefly. I actually really enjoyed that one. That one wasn't bad. Shadow of Your Smile was actually not too bad either. Firefly I enjoyed more than Shadow of Your Smile, but I did enjoy Shadow of Your Smile. Then you get Put on a Happy Face, as in, gray skies are gonna clear up, put on a happy face. Yeah. I would have preferred a more uppity, kind of snappity, like I was doing it, kind of version of it. But I really enjoyed Tony Bennett's version of it here. Or I should say Johnny Mandel's arrangement of it here. Nope, sorry, wrong one. Frank Duvall, orchestra conducted by Frank Duvall. Oh, so I don't know who did the rest of it. Okay, anyways. These things. But yeah. Love, Look Away, didn't do too much to me. Rags to Riches was okay. Then we get into side three. A Time for Love was decent. Who Can I Turn To? I very much enjoyed Who Can I Turn To. I believe I've said that previously. This Is All I Ask, I thought was a decent tune. Smile. Out of all the songs on side three, Smile was probably the one that kind of went the most under the radar for me. But it was still an enjoyable song. It's one of those ones where I would say, it's, when you're listening to it, it's great. When you're not listening to it, you don't really think about it too much. But it was I want to say it was still better than that to a degree. And then Sing You Sinners. Okay, this song was great. Sing You Sinners may be my favorite discovery off this greatest hits package. Really enjoyed this one. I really, really did. Then we get into side four. Sing You Sinners has got a great upbeat, jazzy kind of Hell's a Poppin'. Yeah, I could totally see it being done by like the Robot Devil on Futurama or something like that these days. Like, it's just good tune. Then we're into side four. I Left My Heart in San Francisco. I've obviously covered this one already. Same song, from the same recording session. Yeah, it's a good tune. Because of You, that was an interesting one. I didn't mind that one. Okay, so this one is really interesting. This one kind of title-wise threw me off. And I know it's a common title, so it's not, but Boulevard of Broken Dreams. So if you're one of the modern day listeners listening to this, you're hearing Boulevard of Broken Dreams, you're waving Green Day. Not even close. Stranger in Paradise, I thought was rather enjoyable, surprisingly. Kind of dug on that one. And then the last one is I Want to Be Around, which I thought was good as well. Between this greatest hits and do I have the other one here? Okay. So I did volume 3 here, and then this is all-time greatest hits. Between the two of them, this is definitely the better collection. But there is one song that was on here. If one song that was on here was on this collection, I would be more prone to just get rid of this one altogether and not keep that. And that's the song A Taste of Honey. Even though I was really mixed on that song because I don't like the way that the chorus was done in the arrangement on here, I think if A Taste of Honey had been on here and replaced I think replace maybe, I'm not sure what I would replace it with, to be honest. This is a pretty good setup. I didn't mind this one. It's still a little more loungy than I particularly, that Vegas lounge thing. A little more of that than I particularly like, but not as bad as this one was. But A Taste of Honey, I would have really liked on here. I think that's my big difference between the two. That's kind of, where I stand on this. I hope you've enjoyed this trip with me down Tony Bennett with the greatest hits and whatnot. I'm good. I'm happy I'm taking a break after this, and I hope you enjoy where I go with after this. Yeah. So honestly, okay, if you can find this one, it might be worth picking up. I'm going to say it. I still don't know if I can push this one. I don't know. Let me know what you think down below, guys, in the comments section. That's what the comments are for. You liking Tony Bennett? Do you like Tony Bennett? Am I being a little rough on Tony Bennett? Am I not being rough enough on Tony Bennett? What I'm going to say with Tony Bennett is, as a pop star of his time, and realistically, that's what I have to call him, as a pop star. He's a singer. He's not a writer. He's not a composer. He's not an arranger. He's a singer. He'd be what I like to call a pop-tart. He's someone that is out there. I don't want to call him eye candy, but I guess he'd be eye candy for his day. I don't know. What do you think? Eye candy? Ear candy. Ear candy, definitely. The ladies definitely love Tony Bennett. I can say that. Weirdly, as I had the record playing, Sean walked by, and Sean, who I've worked on many projects with, walked by, and he went, "Oh, Tony Bennett. Gotta love some Tony Bennett." And, he just kind of went. So, Tony Bennett's one of those dudes, man. He sings a good song, but he's a Pop-Tart. Pop-Tart from the 50s and 60s, even a little bit of the 70s. All right, folks, let me know. God, if I don't get flamed for the rage baiting on the Pop-Tart. Let me know what you think down below. Hit the like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications. There's a couple links worth checking out as well. Peace, love, take care. And don't leave your heart in San Francisco. That's not a good place to leave it these days.